Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of our Personal Growth Talks podcast. I'm your host, Jason, and today we have an exciting topic that can help you grow in many ways. We're going to dive into the secret benefits of reading books. It's something that many of us might take for granted, but books can do so much more than just provide information. They can change the way we think, help us relax, and even improve our lives in ways we never imagined. And joining me today is my co-host, Anna. Anna, how are you today?
I'm doing great, Jason. I'm really excited for today's topic because reading is something I love, and I can't wait to share some of the benefits with our listeners.
Absolutely. We often hear that reading is important, but do we really know how it can benefit us? Let's explore that today. So, whether you're already an avid reader or just starting out, this episode will help you see reading in a new light. All right, Anna, before we dive into the benefits of reading, I want to ask you a question. How important do you think reading is in our daily lives? Do you read books often, or is it something you do when you have free time?
Great question, Jason. I think reading is incredibly important, and I try to make time for it every day, even if it's just for a few minutes. I personally love to read both for pleasure and to learn new things. There's always something new to discover in a book. What about you, Jason? Do you read often?
Yes, I do. I believe that reading is one of the best ways to learn and grow. It's not just about learning facts, but also about expanding your mind and understanding different perspectives. I try to read every day, even if it's just a chapter or two. And it's not always just textbooks or serious topics. I also love reading novels and stories that transport me to different worlds. I feel like reading really helps me connect with my thoughts and ideas.
I completely agree. It's so much more than just getting information. It's about connecting with ourselves and the world around us. And I think that's one of the reasons we should talk about the benefits of reading today.
Exactly. So, let's dive into some of these benefits that we often don't realize, and by the end of this episode, we hope our listeners will feel inspired to pick up a book, even if they haven't already. Okay, Anna, let's start with the first secret benefit of reading. One of the most obvious but powerful benefits is that reading improves our knowledge. Whether you're reading fiction, nonfiction, or even articles online, you're constantly learning new things. Books can teach us about history, science, cultures, and even personal development. What do you think, Anna? How has reading helped you grow your knowledge?
That's such a great point, Jason. For me, reading has opened doors to learning new things that I wouldn't have otherwise known. I love reading books on different topics. For example, I've read books on psychology that helped me understand human behavior better. I also enjoy reading about other countries and their cultures, which makes me more aware of the world around me. Books give us access to so much knowledge that we might never encounter in our day-to-day lives. It's like having a personal teacher in the comfort of your home.
Exactly. It's amazing how many experts and experienced people share their knowledge in books. You can learn about a subject in depth just by reading a well-written book on it. And the great thing is, you can choose what you want to learn about. You can read books on topics that interest you, or even pick up something you know nothing about. It's like having endless learning opportunities available to us.
Yes. And the best part is, it doesn't matter how old we are. Reading is something we can do at any age, and it's never too late to learn something new. I've heard people say they learned more from reading books than they did in school, and I believe that. Books have this ability to teach us in ways that are sometimes more personal and relatable than a classroom environment.
That's a great point. In fact, many successful people say that reading is one of the most important habits they've developed. They believe it's the key to continued growth and success. And the cool thing is, reading doesn't have to be long, complicated textbooks. Even simple stories or articles can offer valuable insights that improve our knowledge.
Absolutely. Even reading a novel can expand your understanding of the world, especially when the story explores different ideas or experiences. I think the key is to read regularly, even if it's just a little bit each day.
Right. It's all about consistency. And the more we read, the more knowledge we accumulate, which in turn helps us make better decisions and understand the world more clearly. So, for all of our listeners today, I encourage you to pick up a book that interests you and see how much you can learn from it. Now, Anna, let's move on to the second secret benefit of reading. It enhances focus and concentration. In our world today, we are constantly distracted by technology, social media, and other things around us. But when we read a book, we need to focus our attention fully on the words and ideas. This helps improve our concentration skills. What do you think, Anna? Do you feel like reading helps you stay focused?
Absolutely, Jason. I find that when I read, I have to block out all distractions. If I don't focus, I can't enjoy the story or even remember what I just read. That focus helps me in other areas of my life too, like work or study. When you train your mind to concentrate while reading, it gets easier to focus on other tasks as well.
Yes, and I think reading is one of the best activities to train our brains to focus. Unlike watching a TV show or scrolling on our phones, reading requires us to slow down and really think about what's on the page. We can't just skim through it and expect to understand everything. We need to pay attention to details, and that's a powerful way to sharpen our concentration.
Right. And it's interesting how reading can also help with our ability to think deeply about a topic. When you read something, you're not just passively absorbing information. You have to process it, think about it, and sometimes even make connections to other things you already know. It's like a mental workout that strengthens your brain.
Exactly. And this is something that can be really helpful in our daily lives. Whether we're studying, working, or even having a conversation, having good concentration allows us to focus better and get more done. Plus, when we're focused on reading, we often lose track of time because we're so absorbed in the book, which is a sign that we're fully concentrating.
That's true. I've had moments where I get so caught up in a book that I look up and realize hours have passed. It's amazing how reading can make time disappear like that. It's like a natural way of improving your attention span.
Exactly. And it's not just about getting through a book. The act of reading itself helps train the brain to be more present and focused. And the good thing is, you don't need to read for hours at a time to see the benefits. Even reading for 15 to 20 minutes a day can make a difference.
So true. And this benefit of improved focus can also help with other areas of personal growth, like goal setting and problem solving. The more we practice focus through reading, the better we become at staying focused in other aspects of our lives.
Right. So, if you feel like your mind is constantly jumping from one thing to another, try reading a book for just a few minutes each day. It's a simple way to practice concentration, and, over time, it can make a big difference. Now, Anna, let's talk about the third secret benefit of reading. It helps reduce stress. In today's fast-paced world, stress is something many of us experience regularly. But did you know that reading can be a great way to relax and calm your mind? How do you feel about this benefit, Anna?
Oh, I completely agree, Jason. Whenever I'm feeling stressed or overwhelmed, I pick up a book, and it's like a mini escape for me. I can get lost in a good story, and for a little while, I forget about the things causing me stress. It's like reading gives my mind a break from all the busy thoughts.
That's such a great way to put it. It's like a mental reset. When we read, we focus on the book instead of whatever might be stressing us out. And studies have shown that reading can lower heart rates and reduce feelings of anxiety. It's a simple and effective way to unwind.
Yes, and it's not just about fiction either. Even reading self-help books or articles on topics that interest us can help us relax. The key is finding something that allows you to take your mind off of daily worries and focus on something positive.
Exactly. I know a lot of people who love reading novels or fantasy books because they transport you to a completely different world. It's like you're living someone else's life for a while. And that can be incredibly calming. It's a great way to take a mental break without needing to leave your home.
Right, it's like a little vacation for your mind. And reading can also help you manage stress by providing new perspectives. Sometimes reading about how other people handle difficult situations can help us feel more confident in managing our own stress.
That's a great point. A lot of times, books, especially nonfiction ones, can offer advice or solutions that help us deal with stress more effectively. For example, books on mindfulness, meditation, or positive thinking can give us tools to reduce anxiety and live a more peaceful life.
Exactly, Jason. And I think one of the best things about reading is that it doesn't require much. You don't need any special equipment, and you can do it anywhere, whether you're at home, on a bus, or in a park. Even just reading for 10 or 15 minutes can make a big difference in how you feel.
I agree. So, if you're feeling stressed, instead of turning to your phone or watching TV, why not try reading a chapter of a book? It could be the perfect way to calm your mind and feel more relaxed. All right, Anna, let's move on to the fourth secret benefit of reading. It improves our vocabulary and communication skills. This is something that's especially important for English learners. When we read, we come across new words and phrases that we might not use in our everyday conversations. But over time, these new words help us expand our vocabulary. What are your thoughts on this, Anna?
Absolutely, Jason. I've found that reading has been one of the best ways to improve my vocabulary. Every book I read introduces me to new words, and even though I may not know them right away, seeing them in context helps me understand their meaning. And when I read a lot, I naturally start using those new words in my own speech and writing.
That's so true. The great thing about reading is that it exposes us to different types of language, whether it's formal, casual, or even slang. And because we see these words used in context, we're more likely to remember them and use them correctly. It's a much more natural way of learning new vocabulary than just memorizing words from a list.
Exactly. And it's not just about learning new words, but also about learning how to use them in the right situations. Books show us how to communicate effectively, whether we're writing an email, having a conversation, or even giving a presentation. The more we read, the better we understand how words work together to express ideas clearly.
Right. And for English learners, reading can be one of the best ways to improve communication skills. You learn how native speakers structure sentences, use expressions, and connect ideas. This is so important because it helps you sound more natural when you speak or write.
Yes, and I think one of the best ways to improve your English through reading is to read out loud sometimes. When you read aloud, you not only practice pronunciation, but also internalize the rhythm and flow of the language. Over time, this will make you sound more confident and fluent.
That's a great tip. I've heard many English learners say that reading aloud helped them improve both their speaking skills and pronunciation. And you don't need to be reading a textbook. Reading a story or even a magazine article can still help with vocabulary and fluency.
Exactly. And the best part is, reading is something you can do at your own pace. You don't have to rush. Take your time with new words, look them up, and pay attention to how they're used in different contexts. This will help you not just memorize vocabulary, but truly understand it.
So, whether you're reading fiction, nonfiction, or even articles online, every book or piece of writing is a chance to improve your vocabulary and communication skills. And it doesn't matter if you're a beginner or an advanced learner. Every time you read, you're learning something new.
Exactly. So, for all of our listeners, if you want to improve your English vocabulary and speaking skills, reading regularly is one of the best ways to do it. You'll see improvement over time, and it will help you feel more confident in your ability to communicate.
So, Anna, today we've covered some amazing benefits of reading, from improving knowledge and focus to reducing stress and boosting our vocabulary. I think it's clear that reading isn't just a hobby. It's a powerful tool for personal growth. What are your final thoughts on how reading can help us in our daily lives?
I completely agree, Jason. Reading has so many benefits that go beyond just learning facts. It helps us become more focused, less stressed, and more confident in how we communicate. And the best part is, anyone can start reading today, no matter where they are in life. Even a few minutes a day can make a huge difference.
Absolutely. Whether you're reading for pleasure, to gain knowledge, or to improve your language skills, reading is an easy and enjoyable way to grow. So, if you haven't already, why not make reading a part of your daily routine? Start with something you enjoy, and over time, you'll start to notice the positive changes.
Exactly, Jason. And don't forget, reading can be fun too. So find something that excites you and dive in. The benefits are endless, and it's a great way to improve both personally and professionally.
Well said, Anna. And to all our listeners, we hope today's episode has inspired you to pick up a book, whether it's a novel, a self-help book, or even a simple article online. The more you read, the more you'll grow. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Thanks, everyone. We hope you enjoyed the conversation today. Don't forget to share your favorite books or thoughts on the benefits of reading in the comments. We'd love to hear from you.
Take care, and we'll see you next time on Personal Growth Talks podcast. Before we wrap up, we want to remind you to subscribe to our podcast and YouTube channel if you haven't already. By subscribing, you'll never miss an episode, and you'll get more great tips on personal growth, language learning, and much more.
Yes, definitely. And if you found today's episode helpful, please give us a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Let's spread the love of reading and learning together. And don't forget to leave a comment. Let us know what books you're reading right now or what other topics you'd like us to cover.
We'd love to hear from you, and your feedback helps us make better content for you. So, keep reading, keep growing, and we'll catch you in the next episode of Personal Growth Talks podcast.
Thanks for listening, and take care.